Hey, I was asked by a gal how I do the rounded part of the head. What I do is I take my completed one side of my panel and I measure a 1/2 inch down. Measure a 1/2 inch down and mark it. I just use a pencil or something. I don't use a Sharpie due to the fact that sometimes it bleeds through to the other side. Do this the other way. I tried to rig up the camera so that I could do like an overhead view, but that did not happen. So I will do my best to show you. Okay, so I have marked a 1/2 inch at the top. Then what we're going to do is try to get the rounded sides. What you're going to end up with is a 1/4 inch at each side. So basically you're going to round it around here and taper it to where it ends up being a 1/4 inch. When I first started making hats, this is what I used to try to get the rounding. I would put it right there at that 1/2 inch mark and then get it going and then kind of freehand it the rest of the way. Well, since then I use this is my pattern for my bill. This is the original one I had, and this one you use on the fold and it comes out to this. So I use both. I lost the plexiglass one that was like this. So anyway, I put it on that mark in the center and just try to maneuver it to where I'm getting that rounding. I kind of move it in so that it starts tapering to that 1/4 inch. I don't know if that makes sense or not. So anyway, this is what I get when I'm done. Let me mark this a little darker so y'all can see it. I like to use either quilter's pencils because they're water soluble, or this is a number 2 pencil, or I use colored pencils. That's just what works best for me. Like I said, if you use a Sharpie, you get a chance of it bleeding through. Then it looks like crap. So this is what you end with. Okay, now what I do is, because I'm going to sew the outside panels and the inside panels together. So these are my outside panels. Put them both facing each other. These are my 2 inside panels. And I put both of those facing each other. Then put your marked one on top. And then take all 4 layers and pin it. Pin it right over here by that mark. Then I kind of go ahead and flip it over to the other corner. And I haven't looked on that YouTube since I made that last video for about the band, and I seen where somebody was wanting me to make a step-by-step tutorial, and I think I'll try to pull that together in this next week. I'm not real good with these videos because I'm a little camera shy, and no, I'm just not good at it. Okay, so this is what you've got. See how those will pin together? So then what I do is I go ahead and make sure all these 4 layers here match, or up there together, up there close to the top, and I pin that. And then I do the same thing on the other side. Okay. When I do the step-by-step video, I'll try to maybe have my granddaughter or somebody come over and help me do a aerial view. I like to trim off all these extra threads. Okay, so this is what you've got now. Okay, and that's going to be your sewing line, straight stitch sewing line. Pull the old booger over here. Okay, straight stitch. Then after I straight stitch this, I'll show you what I do. And that all 4 of these layers will be sewn together, which means the lining on the inside won't pull away from the outside, if you know what I mean. I've got a lot of the guys that say, you know, like when they wash their hats, they kind of basically have to put the headpiece back together because the lining is not attached to the actual outside. So I'm going to do this straight stitch all the way around. Pull my pins out as I go. And I know a lot of people are learning how to make these, and sometimes you start over. I think the best way to learn is if you make a mistake, rip it out and do it over, because you're gonna see where you made your mistake. Okay, now we've got that sewn together, all 4 layers. So what we're gonna do is take and turn it inside out like that. So now we have the outside. And we have the lining, and they're sewn together. The lining won't pull away from the outside. And I kind of stretch it all out to make sure that the seams are out. And then I do a zigzag over my stitches. I do it on the straight stitches on the panels too. And I think it just makes it look a little better. And, well, let's put it on zigzag, Lana. And it, I think, reinforces the seam. May just be me, but I think any seam that is sewn twice is going to be stronger than a seam sewn once. Okay. Oh, let me move Betsy. So there's the inside of your cap. And there's the outside of your cap. Shaped round like a noggin. Thanks, bye-bye.